Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Craig MacInnis, co-CEO here at myCaribou. I'm joined by Lindsay Wilton, who heads up our customer care team. And today we're going to focus on best practices for promoting your organization and connecting with new partners around the world. This is a 30-minute presentation, so we'll try to adhere to that with some Q&A towards the end. Speaking of that, we got some questions in advance, which is great. But if you have questions as we go along, please feel free to enter those into the Q&A option or the chat option on your toolbar. So let's get started. In terms of agenda, in that 30 minutes, we are going to cover a quick introduction, to myCaribou. We'll do an overview and use cases of opportunity posts, a demonstration of how to post an opportunity. Then we'll discuss some best practices for promoting your company, and we'll wrap up with Q&A. So I see people are still joining, so just to reiterate, if you have questions as we go, please enter those and in the chat panel or the Q&A panel, and we'll get to them towards the end of the presentation. So the challenge that myCaribou is focused on solving in the global medtech world is that the failure rate of manufacturer distributor partnerships is more than 50%, possibly more than 60%. And not only do these partnerships fail frequently, they fail very slowly, which is in a lot of ways is worse. And manufacturers and distributors then are losing revenue as they continue to false start in markets around the world. I just came back from Arab Health, MedLab, and a dental conference, and I've yet to be challenged on this. I think everyone recognizes that there is a high failure rate in these partnerships, and the companies we work with are pretty excited about what we're doing to address that. So why do we think they fail? One, the global medtech market is very complex as it relates to regulatory purchasing, reimbursement models, distribution models. Each market is different, as you all know. Manufacturers and distributors often choose the wrong partners, and then even if they choose the right partner, they lack a modern set of tools to manage those partnerships. And so that's what we built with myCaribou, which Lindsay will show you momentarily. And then we'll talk about opportunity posts. It's a fully integrated global platform where medtech companies, distributors, manufacturers, and other stakeholders can navigate markets, match and connect with new partners, which is part of what we're talking about today, and manage existing relationships with our set of collaboration tools. And we really believe that we're unlocking the global medtech ecosystem to bring your exciting new products to market faster. We have a large and growing network. It's roughly 44,000 company profiles on the platform, roughly 50-50 manufacturer, distributor, and then with consultants and trade organizations in there as well. So on that note, I'm going to pass it over to Lindsay to just give you a quick overview of the platform, and then we'll get right into opportunity posts.
Okay, great. Thanks, Craig. So I'm sharing my screen here, and I'll give you a quick overview. Oh, sorry, I didn't think I shared it. You should see it now. There we go. So I'll give you a quick overview of what you can do in myCaribou. The platform itself is broken down to 3 core areas. The first is market discovery, where you can explore and discover markets globally. Partnering, where companies will go to find and connect with new partners, and then collaborating, which is where you can collaborate and manage your channel partners, so your existing partners. I'll start here by showing you our market discovery tool. I'm logged in right now as a manufacturer, and you'll see that the markets that you see in teal are the active markets for this manufacturer. This is where we're actively selling as a manufacturer, and then the ones in purple are markets that we're looking to enter. We're targeting these markets. You can click on any market and then go to View Market to access over 800 data points on most markets. You'll see that our data is broken down into different segments. So we have data on expenditure and financing, healthcare trends and utilization, a number of different data points in here that you can explore. And a really interesting point, if you are entering a new market, is that we have regulatory information. So you can understand if you have met the requirements to sell in that country, or if there's some new certifications your company needs to go and attain. The next aspect is partnering. Now, there are 2 ways to find partners in myCaribou. The first is to search and connect with companies in our database of companies, in our network of companies. We have over 40,000 companies in here. all medtech companies. You'll see a number of different company types. So for example, I'll walk you through one. Let's say we are a manufacturer and we're looking for distributors in Brazil. So I could come here and say, I'm looking for distributors. I'm looking for those who are in Brazil or who sell in Brazil. And let's say those with experience selling cardiovascular products. I can apply that search and you'll see now I have a list of matching companies with which I can go through and look at them closer, get a better understanding of each. And then if I'm interested in connecting with that company, I'd click this connect button to send them a message in myCaribou. Another example, let's say we're a distributor, and in this case, it's a distributor that's looking for a manufacturer that sells cardiovascular products. So just a flip of the same scenario. I can go and run that search, and same idea, I get a list of companies that match what I'm looking for. I could always refine this search. I can add keywords to get something more specific, more product specific, for example. But same idea, I can come in and start connecting with companies that would be a fit for my company. Now, the other method of finding partners is what we're going to cover today, which is opportunity posting. So I am going to talk about that in just a second. I'll just finish your tour of myCaribou first. But just remember, there's one other way that we're going to talk about and spend a bit more time on today. So the last element is your My Partners dashboard. And this can be used to manage all of your channel partners. Whether you're a distributor or you're a manufacturer, whatever the case may be, you can use this to collaborate with those partners and manage them. So you'll see here, I'm in this case logged in as a manufacturer, and these are all of my distributors. I have distributors in all of the markets you see here on the left, and these are their names. So for each one of them, I have a sales plan. So I'm tracking my sales targets with each one quarterly. We're using this space to keep track of important documents that we're sharing with our partners, important conversations and messages. And then we have a workspace which comes with a suite of other business tools that help us manage key performance indicators and projects. It also helps us create and share documents together. So there's a number of tools in there that our team can use internally to work and support our channel partners, but also if we choose, we can give our channel partners access to their partnership information with us. And I'll just stop there, but mentioning that you control who has access to each partnership record in here. And it is completely optional if you want to bring your partners in to collaborate with you, or if you just want to use this tool internally. So I'll stop there. That was a very quick overview of myCaribou. But keep in mind that we have a number of videos in our help center. You can also book a time with one of our customer success managers if you'd like to take a deeper dive on any of the things I've shown you just now. So with that, I'll just jump back to my slide here. We're going to get back to the core topic of today, which is opportunity posting. Now, opportunity posting is an efficient way of soliciting inbound partner requests from companies with synergistic product categories and call points. You can think of this as, let's imagine you're at a large medical conference like Arab Health that recently passed, and you can imagine there are a number of companies there with signs on at their booth saying, we're looking for distributors. And those companies are just really hoping that the right distributor walks by and sees their sign and is interested in talking to them. What opportunity posting does is it takes this experience and brings it online all year round 24/7. So you can promote your company to distributors who match what you're looking for all year round. I'll give you a few examples here to help you, envision how you might use this. So as a manufacturer, some core examples are, let's say you're a US manufacturer and you've been selling in the US for many years. Now you've just gotten your CE mark. You're ready to expand into European countries where the CE mark is needed. And you need distributors to do that. Another example would be you've launched a new product and you need distributors for that new product or product line. Or perhaps your existing distributor, you have one that's not working out as you expected and you need to replace that distributor. These are all great examples of where you could post an opportunity in myCaribou and solicit responses from companies who are interested in working with you. On the distributor side, I'll go through a few quick examples. A common one that we see would be a tender or a bid that you're trying to respond to and you need product to fill that. Perhaps you're looking for new products that complement your existing line, allowing you to expand your sales and your reach with new complementary products. Or maybe you just want to know whenever there's a new innovative product in your space, you want to hear about it. So you post an opportunity to ensure that you're on top of anything new and innovative coming out in the categories that you specialize in. So with that, I'm going to jump back into myCaribou, and I'll just show you how this works with a few examples. So here I'm showing you live. This is the myCaribou opportunity screen where you can look at active opportunities posted by companies in myCaribou. These are all active, meaning if you were in myCaribou today, you could go in here and browse these and respond to any that fit with your company. So for example, we have one here. This is a Canadian distributor that's looking for innovative products in these product categories here. And anyone who responds to their post, they'd like them to have their MDL license for Canada. And then they've got some detail down below describing in more detail what they're looking for, what they would offer to a potential partner, and more about their capabilities as a distributor. Since this was posted in myCaribou, we will go out and promote this for this distributor to all the manufacturers in our network that fit the criteria here at the top. And then any of those manufacturers who are interested and feel that they are a fit could come in here and respond and speak directly to that distributor. You'll see here when I click to respond, I'm asked a question. I'm asked a few questions here. These were designed by the distributor. These are their questions. So the information that you respond with is exactly what the distributor was looking for so they can evaluate each response that they get. I'll give you one other example. This is a manufacturer in the US, and they are looking for new distributors in these markets here. And for them, distributors who sell into these categories, orthopedics and pain management, those would be good partners for them. So they've specified that. And then down below, they've got, again, more information about their company, their value proposition, their products, and what exactly they're looking for in a distributor. We've promoted, since they posted this in myCaribou, again, it means it was promoted to all companies in our network that fit this criteria. And those companies could come in and respond directly to the manufacturer. So when you join myCaribou, you not only get access to opportunities that have already been posted, so you can come in here and review and respond to any that are a match, and you can use your match score indicator here to filter the list to see those that are a higher match with your company. But you also get to post your own opportunity, and that's what we're going to talk about a bit more today. So if you come into myCaribou, you'll see under your Manage Opportunities screen, sorry, this menu at the top, just moving that out of the way. So from here, you can go in and post your own opportunity. The system's going to guide you through how to do that. If you pay attention on the right, you'll see good examples and videos to help you through that. Craig is also going to go over some best practices to help you write a successful opportunity today. But just pointing out some of the main things here is we would start with a title, and then you'll be asked to enter a description. Here's where you're going to want to spend a bit more time really considering the best practices that Craig's going to go over in just a second. Those are also summarized as a reminder here. So as you go through, you'll put your description. You can have questions like you saw in the examples that I showed you. You get to ask specific questions. This is going to save you time in the end. If you write good questions that are going to get you information that you're looking for. And then lastly, you'll be asked to enter criteria to define exactly what you're looking for in a partner. And this will help myCaribou find matches for you. So that summarizes the process and how to post an opportunity, what an opportunity is. I'm going to pass it back to Craig, and he'll go through some of our best practices to write a successful opportunity.
Thanks, Lindsay. Sorry, I was muted. So let me just share my screen again here. We'll just pick up on some best practices. I see some questions coming in. Keep those coming. We'll get to those in just a few minutes. One of them I answered already, and to that person, if you need further clarification, let me know as well through the Q&A. So let's talk a little bit about best practices. Sorry, my screen is off here. There we go. Okay, so we've done hundreds and hundreds of these opportunity posts since this functionality was released partway through last year. And as we've gone, we've really learned a lot about what works and what doesn't work. We analyze the data relentlessly. We're constantly looking at what types of opportunity posts are working, what kind of responses are we getting, what kind of partnerships are coming out of those, et cetera. So the first and most important piece that I would advise on is just being very clear and compelling in your value proposition. So sort of basic marketing to some degree, but why would potential partners want to work with you? What makes your company unique? And this is true of both the distributor and manufacturer side. So manufacturer posting, looking for distributors, be clear about your value prop. What is it that you're bringing to that particular market, that particular product category that would be successfully sold through distributor, and vice versa from distributor. Be very clear on what your value proposition is. So I do encourage many of the people we work with are export, international development, business development, et cetera. But a lot of marketing people are also now involved in the platform. And I think part of the reason is to get the value prop down really clearly, as well as your company profile. The second thing is clearly communicate where you've had success and why. So for manufacturers, for example, we've had successful partnerships in Western Europe, and we're looking to establish new partners in Eastern Europe. From a distributor perspective, we have long-term partnerships with cardiology departments of hospitals throughout Brazil, and we're looking for complementary products to add to our current portfolio. Those are good examples of sharing your success and how that would translate to a new partnership. In terms of your market readiness, Lindsay touched on this when she brought up one of the opportunity posts in the platform. For manufacturers, explain that you have the required market certifications and that you understand the market dynamics for the country. So we have this great market data, great market overviews. Dig into that a bit, understand it, make sure you've got a good handle, for example, the Brazilian market, as you're then reaching out to Brazilian distributors. From a distributor perspective, explain how you're ready to market the desired product line in your market. So, what qualifications do you have? What relationships do you have? How would you hit the ground running and selling the products? And by the way, if your product is not ready for market, if you don't have the registrations, certifications in place, just be clear on that in your opportunity post so that your potential distributors know that. As you know, many of them are open to helping with that. And in fact, holding the registration in their country in many cases. So that's something we should just be clear on. Limit the posting to specific products and or markets. So the post should be targeted, not too broad. And what I mean by that is you can have really an unlimited number of opportunity posts in our platform once you're subscribing to the platform. And as a result, you want to be very, very specific. So for manufacturer, again, as an example, pick a few countries, not a lot of countries. So the instinct might be to say, put 30 countries in Southeast Asia and hope that you get some nibbles. It doesn't actually work that way. It's much better if you're focused. If you said, I'm looking for partners in Indonesia and Malaysia, let's say, a very focused area, it says to those distributors that you care about those markets and you know about those markets and you're ready to go into those markets. So that's really important. From a distributor perspective, pick a specific product or product lines that you're looking for. It shows focus and commitment to the supplier's products. Again, you don't want to be too broad because it basically shows sort of a lack of understanding of the products, the product categories that you're looking for. And again, just a reminder, you can post as many opportunities as you want to and be very, very direct and specific on those. Be specific about what you're looking for in a partner. So this will help you filter out unsuitable partners. When I talked about failure rates earlier, a question came up about that. How do we define failure rate? Is it the failure of the partnership after it's launched? Is it failure to launch? We would include all those things. And part of the failures that happen is because we really didn't pick the right partner out of the gate. So be specific about what the qualifications are you're looking for. And again, this applies to both distributors looking for suppliers and suppliers looking for distribution partners. What are you looking for example, in terms of your distributor? Are you looking for a specialized distributor or a full line distributor? Do you need regional distributors or national distributors? The platform will actually help you with all that, but you want to be very, very specific. The other thing is to make sure you set your matching settings to receive a ranked list of suggested partners. Towards the end of when Lindsay was demoing, that was there was a picture of that on the right-hand side where it suggests some potential partners for you based on your matching settings. So make sure you set those up really for two reasons. One is because of the suggested partners, but secondly, as it then matches potential partners that are reaching out to you, you can see the ranked match score, which will help you sort of filter through the noise. This is particularly important, I think, for distributors that tend to get a larger volume of manufacturer responses to their opportunity posts and want to be able to prioritize those. I will share one last thing here is all opportunity posts can be shared via a link. So URL link that's available to you through our platform. You can share that outside of myCaribou. So you can post on your website, you can put it into emails, on LinkedIn pages, on LinkedIn posts, and drive potentially more interest there as well. So if you follow these best practices, and there are 7 here, you will have much more success in getting qualified responses to build new partnerships with distributors or manufacturers around the world. I am just going to hit very quickly here on what we refer to as promoted opportunity posts, because I think this is important to share. So when you post an opportunity, it will ask you whether you want it to be promoted. And what we mean by promoting this is when we see your opportunity post and you've given us permission to do some promotion on your behalf, what we'll do is internally we craft some effective messaging based on your opportunity post, messaging that can be used in emails as well as on LinkedIn posts, et cetera. We're strong in messaging, and we do, in fact, we'll give you feedback on your post in many cases and say, hey, you may want to think about this, some of the best practices I talked about earlier. So we then use a combination of email campaigns, phone calls, and social media posts to promote that opportunity. Keep in mind your opportunity post can be anonymous, or it can be not. So your company name is published with it. Totally up to you. It doesn't affect this. It just means you're either anonymously being promoted, and you can decide when you want to disclose who you are to potential partners, or your name is attached to it, like some of the opportunities that Lindsay showed a few minutes ago. So again, if you follow the best practices I showed here, and you allow us to promote, which I think, I don't know, Lindsay can comment, but 95% plus of opportunity posts we do go on to promote on behalf of our customers, you will get qualified responses. There are a lot of factors that go into how many responses you'll get, the innovative nature of your products, the need for your products in that particular market. Any number of things could really factor into that. But if you follow these last 2 slides, we will drive partners to you through the platform. So I'm just going to bring up the next step slide here, but as I'm doing that, we'll just get ready for some Q&A here. There were some questions that came in advance. There are some that have come in during the presentation, which we'll get to as well. But next steps, most on this call today, I believe, have signed up for the 30-day free trial. But if you haven't, Angela will publish that link in the chat panel, so you have that available. It's basically cariboumed.com/sign-up, but she'll put that in there as well. When you sign up, you'll have an opportunity to book your orientation session with somebody from our team. Could be Lindsay, myself, any number of people internally that would be part of that. You can post your first opportunity, which we will help you with. Any assistance you need, we will help you with that. And then we will start that promotion of your opportunity during that 30-day free trial. So during the 30-day free trial, you have the opportunity to do 1 opportunity post, which we will promote for you. Once you're a subscriber of the platform, we continue this process, and you can post opportunities on a regular basis as you grow your business. So we can help you with that on an ongoing basis. Okay, let me pause here momentarily, and I'm going to turn off the screen for a second here. Let's get to some questions. Actually, I'll leave it up for now because it looks like there's a slide about an upcoming session here as well. All right, so in terms of questions so far, so one of the ones that came in advance was around what's the best way to locate OEMs that are in need of outsourcing production of their medical device to a contract manufacturer? Yeah, so that is one of the use case scenarios that we've seen. It's infrequent relative to other types of opportunity posts we've seen, but it is possible to do it. Your target audience in that case would be manufacturers, obviously. You would want to set it to match the types of manufacturers that you are best fit for. So again, don't kind of go really broad and say we can be your outsourced production for any medical device. Pick some categories that you've been successful in. Post an opportunity. Your target there would be manufacturers, and we can promote that on your behalf as well. So that's a very specific use case, but it has been promoted on our platform to some degree of success. And again, it depends on the products and capabilities and so on. Interestingly enough, there was another question that came in advance, which is the opposite of the question I just mentioned. This was somebody that was saying they were looking for a manufacturing partner to manufacture a product that they've created. So same idea in that particular case, then you can actually post that looking for contract manufacturers, OEMs that could produce on your behalf. Again, there, be specific. So this particular example was a disposable PPE related product. In that particular case, be very specific. That's what we're looking for, manufacturing of that. And by the way, you can also be very specific about what countries you want to source from or don't want to source from. So you can actually choose that as you're setting up your opportunity post. All right, keep the questions coming. I see other ones coming in as we go here. I answered the question about partnerships failure rate. Hopefully that was to your satisfaction. But the over 60% is from, we've talked to thousands of companies, and the feedback we've had has been along those lines, that in the long term, between false starts with new partners to partnerships that have failed or had to be replaced over time, that is certainly north of 50, if not 60% of the relationships. Another way to put that, by the way, is when I talk to people at conferences, I'll say, as a manufacturer, you've got distributors all over the planet. I'll bet you a third of them are amazing, doing a great job for you. A third of them are just sort of doing okay, and a third of them you need to get rid of. And I've yet to have somebody push back other than to say, well, our number's a little bit different than that, but yes, that's generally the right situation. And the same thing on the distribution side, that they're often looking for more suppliers to replace existing ones that are not working out that well. There's a question here about medical aesthetics devices. Yes, we do have both manufacturers and distributors on the platform that focus on aesthetics, cosmetics as well, and other related areas as well there. Let me just see if I've answered. Okay, it looks like those have all been covered. A couple other quick questions here that have come in advance. So, can I post more than one opportunity? Absolutely, you can. You can, once you get past your 30-day free trial, you're really welcome to post as many opportunities as you'd like to, and we support you in that process, and we'll promote those as well. There's a question about targeting specific regions with an opportunity. So yes, you can do that both as a distributor and as a manufacturer. You can be very specific. Either you can go to a region like Western Africa as an example and choose countries that you're trying to look for distributors in. You could also, though, if you're thinking in terms of sub-regions like states and provinces, you can do that as well. So a large market like the US, most often you're going to be looking for regional distributors. So you can actually subset into, I'm looking for a distributor in California or Florida or wherever you might be looking for. Same thing on the distribution side, as I mentioned. If you're looking for potential suppliers, but the part of the world you'd like the supplier to come from, you can do that as well. So maybe you've had success in sourcing in Southeast Asia or in Europe or United States or wherever it might be, Latin America. You can be specific on that as well. and that will actually improve the matching scores and help you sort of filter that list down to a reasonable supplier that might be a good fit for you. I think I've covered all the questions, and we're at the 30-minute mark, so I want to thank everyone for joining. Please feel free to reach out to us. You have our contact information. Sign up if you haven't already. There's nothing to lose. There's no charge. There's no credit card required or anything like that. 30-day free trial. You can try an opportunity post, see what kind of success you get from it, and go from there. Worst case scenario, if you decide not to go forward with the platform as a paid subscriber, you can keep your company listed on the platform and still respond to requests of connection from other companies on the platform. So definitely go ahead and get signed up, and we'll help you out. Lindsay, thank you for your help today on the presentation. Really appreciate it. And thank you all, everyone, for joining, and look forward to helping you find new partners around the globe. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.